Hi, I'm Tommy Tellerico. You know, the video games industry is changing so fast, it's hard to keep up with it. Now we're going to take you inside the world of video games, like no one else has ever done before. You'll go behind the scenes of the best games before they come out and meet the people who make them. Now throw in weekly reviews of the hottest new games, and you got what we call the Electric Playground.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down. From a fainting to a slip and a kicking from the hip, everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. Oh yeah. Ha!
Now the first thing I want to do is give you guys a quick rundown on all the systems that are currently out there. You got your Super Nintendo, your Genesis, your Game Boy. They're still kicking pretty good, but it's all the new machines that are really exciting. You got your Sega Saturn, Sony PlayStation, Nintendo 64, and PC is one of gaming industry's biggest markets today. So let's take a look at what all these systems have to offer. Now the Sega Saturn is a 32-bit CD-ROM based machine. It's been around here longer than all the other guys, so there's a lot of titles available for it, including all the Sega arcade conversions. Sony PlayStation is also a 32-bit CD-based machine. It's got great graphics and a huge inventory of games. Currently, it's the biggest selling platform on the planet. Now the Nintendo 64 is the first true 64-bit machine. It's cartridge-based, but it has some amazing built-in effects and killer 3D. PCs have come on pretty strong as game machines. And if you're into simulation, strategy, or network gaming, then this is the system for you. I mean, there are literally thousands of titles available for the PC, and you can even download free game demos off the internet. Do you play video games at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, which ones are your more popular ones?
Oh, Donkey Kong, you know, I always Centipede, you know, and now that's Mortal Kombat with the Nintendo.
EP recently visited IDOS, the publishers behind one of the coolest adventure games yet, Tomb Raider.
The guy behind the project at Core Design is named Toby Gard. I guess he had an idea for a female Indiana Jones type of game for a long time and finally saw it come to light. It's all hand animated, just thousands of frames of animation to get the fluid movement.
And how many animators working on this thing?
Probably 2 or 3. The team was only 9 folks.
How much testing did it have to go through before you were comfortable with movement in 3D space?
It went through a lot of testing. When it actually gets to our office, It's almost, I wouldn't say in a final state, but probably a alpha, beta sort of state.
What attracted you to IDOS?
Well, Tomb Raider.
You know, they wanted to use a kind of a athletic character, but in a feminine sort of way, in a graceful sort of way, someone who was good at gymnastics, and this is the result. You know, they didn't want to use a tough Rambo-style character. They wanted to do something different.
The team's already hard at work at the sequel right now.
So you're looking forward to Tomb Raider 2?
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to Tomb Raider 2, actually. I was kind of sad when I beat the game and, you know,
over.
yeah, it's all over.
Are you starting to formulate a long-term plan for the franchise with this game?
We'd love to. It'd be crazy if we didn't. I mean, since we're already working on a sequel, you know, maybe there'll be another one after that.
We've heard rumors that there's going to be a Tomb Raider movie. Is that any truth to those rumors?
I haven't heard any information on that yet, so.
I want Jenny McCarthy to play the role of Laura, but she's got to have her English accent on it.
Why?
Because I think she's got the, you know, action for it.
IDOS Interactive is a formation of quite a few different components, making PC, Mac, Internet, Sega, Saturn, Sony PlayStation,
The whole thing, the whole
and
spectrum.
whatever else is in the future.
Where do you see the future of video games? What do you think is...
I think it's going to constantly change, absolutely, with Mario and the N64 system and the PC coming out with all the 3D accelerator cards. You're going to see the PC owner looking at these video games now in a new light. The sky's the limit for us right now.
The first video game I ever played was something called Pong.
What was the last video game that you played?
Probably like Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah? What was the first video game you ever played?
Pong.
Pong? Pong seems to be popular today. Would you please tell me what your favorite video game is?
Their Instinct.
And who is your favorite video game character?
Mario.
How would he do in Killer Instinct?
He would die really fast.
Would he?
Yeah.
This year, the NBA is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and the video games industry is celebrating 20 years of great basketball titles. Here's what happens when the two worlds collide.
Hi, I'm Kelly Benson with the Electric Playground. We're here at Vancouver's GM Place, where tonight the Vancouver Grizzlies take on the visiting Orlando Magic. But today, we're going to hook up with Carney Williams from EA Sports to talk to the pros about two things: basketball and video games.
Basically, we just play sports. If it's not basketball, it's football.
Darryl was the All-Central Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Slam Dunk Champion in 1990.
You gotta have strategy, especially playing against one of my teammates, Penny Hardaway.
So you guys play the video game together, right?
Yeah, we play all the time. He's very competitive playing video games. You know, you think he's competitive on the court. He's even more competitive playing video games. He really hates to lose. When we're on the road, we play a lot, and when we're not on the road, I go to his crib and we end up playing basketball or football. So he's a video junkie. A lot of times, Penny used me when he played with Orlando more than I use myself. So.
Oh, so you guys swap and play each other?
Yeah, we'll swap. We do a lot.
Do you like it, baby? Do you like it, baby? Do you like it?
He don't play video games.
What do you think of Shaq Fu?
Shaq Fu!
I never played it. Never seen it.
No, really?
Nah, never seen it.
It's just a real competitive, fun game, and I think the kids will like it.
I've seen it in video stores where I just look at the back of the box, but never played it.
Chaos in the Windy City.
No, I never heard of that.
That's a dump.
No,
No,
haven't?
never heard that. I'm strictly sports.
Do you find that working with the video game, creates visualization, constantly visualizing your process, and then it's lending itself on the court?
Yeah, I think so, because it's like you just visualizing yourself. You can penetrate to the hole and get an easy two, or dump the ball off to one of the big men and let him slam it. So them the type things you kind of visualize as realization. And that's the thing about playing with live. It's just you get on the fast break and all of a sudden you reverse slam. You see yourself doing it, and all of a sudden the computer do it.
Hi, I'm Tarny Williams, one of the producers of NBA Live from Electronic Arts. And we're here today with George Lynch of the Vancouver Grizzlies.
George was drafted by the Lakers in the first round of the 1993 NBA Draft, the 12th choice overall.
Just playing a little bit of NBA Live here.
He has an advantage. This is the first time I've played it. So.
And this is a copy for him from us. So
thank you.
He's got his own.
Thank you.
You bet, man.
All right. How long do it usually take y'all to make these games?
It took us about 5.5 months to do this one. Normally it takes about 10 months, but really we just put on the afterburners on this one.
This thing on block shots?
Yeah, you got the top one up here. Lets you do the block shots.
The block, G. Which one is steel?
This one's steel.
Okay. Man, pass the ball. A lot of times you see these guys running up the court, and it looks just like the player on the court running. How do they do that?
Do a couple things. One, we actually had Mitch Richmond and Tyus Edney come up, and as well as some local college players.
Yeah.
And we motion captured them.
Motion capture is when you put markers onto actors and have them go through movement, and then you feed that spatial information from those markers into a computer and then build a spline-based skeleton on those movements.
And that's what is put onto these guys here so that everyone runs like a real person. The other thing we did is that we get somebody to rate all the players, so they move about the same speed and have the same quickness and stuff. Let's go through your ratings and see how you feel about how you got rated. Their ratings. You got a 75 overall.
That's pretty good. It's not bad.
How about the free throws? What are you shooting this year?
It's below that.
Below that?
I usually go up as we go into the season. Yeah.
97 really should make all the other ones look like just serious old school stuff.
And I'm on this one here, so maybe one day I can sit down and make a basketball or football game or something like
It'd be
that.
fun.
Yeah.
Totally fun. Well, we got a copy live for you now that you played your first game.
Okay.
T-shirt as well.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have to play it in the Suburban.
Congratulations to 97 Live, and I'm sure it's going to be a great game for all the kids.
Do you play Star Wars?
Yeah, I played the Super Star Wars, like on the Nintendo, on the Super Nintendo, but I haven't played the new one yet.
No?
It looks pretty neat though. Well, maybe they'll have like Batman and Star Wars. That would be neat.
Oh yeah. That could be very interesting.
San Francisco Rush is tearing it up in the arcades. It's one of the latest releases from Atari Games, and we had a chance to talk to them.
That's right, kids. We're at Atari Games. Come on, take a look at San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. Let's go meet some of the people that made this game. Let's go. Ah, we're locked out. Let us in! What's it like promoting a game that sort of promotes itself? This thing is fantastic.
It's a marketing dream. It goes into arcades and just makes so much money. You get the operators talking about it, arcade owners talking about it, and all the players.
Atari's been having some huge successes recently. Area 51 was a major killer game, and so was Primal Rage. And how did Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey do for you?
It's doing really well for the company. Yeah, we're looking at Rush as being probably the biggest driving game that we've ever done. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
There are 3 levels of tracks, so you can go from beginner to extreme, and then there are 4 levels of cars.
We took originally the maps, the true maps of San Francisco. We looked at what that would give us in terms of a game, and we said,
even going 150, 160 miles an hour, it takes you a long time to get from one end of San Francisco to the other.
So we engineered crafted, really. A better San Francisco to race through.
If you're driving the extreme car, then you're in full simulation mode, and basically you're on your own. You're driving a real car through the city at 150, which is not an easy thing to do.
There's a guy locally who has a Corvette that's about the meanest thing you've ever seen. It's got nitroglycerin injections underneath the seats in all kinds of places, and it goes about 0 to 100 in, I don't know, half a second.
Oh, cool.
And I only rode in it once, and then I had my associate do the rest of the testing.
So you got your taste of the deal. And it was
The guy was very exciting, but it wasn't, there's no seatbelts. He says, what for?
How many polygons a second are we talking in this game?
Polygons per second is the number of triangles a graphics engine can process in 1 second.
A lot of that is proprietary.
Okay, we won't talk about that then.
But we did manage to get all the scenery that you see there at a very good frame rate, as you were noting before.
Yes.
It does use the 3DFX Voodoo Graphics chipset, so if you wanted to look up the specs for that. But then we have proprietary architecture around that.
Been with Atari for a few years?
I was here since 1977.
It's got a rumble seat or something, or a big bass thing in the seat. What's it like working with that kind of low frequency?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Most games don't give you that. And this is a matter of trying to get, when you bump into something, can you make the seat really shake? And can you give you the rumble of the engine, make it feel like you really have horsepower?
People are going to find shortcuts over the next year.
What I did was mostly texture mapping and a little bit of modeling.
This is a trip into Rob Adams' world. He's one of the lead artists. The lead artist?
No, not the lead artist, one of the artists.
One of the artists.
One of the good artists.
One of the best artists.
Wait, let's start over.
On San Francisco Rush. Is the microphone okay? How's that? Is that all right?
These are photographs that I took from on top of the Bank of America building in San Francisco. These show me what Market Street looks like from above, where all the trees are, where the buses go, where the tracks are, things like that. These are pictures of the Haight-Ashbury district, and these show not just where the stores are and things like that, but they show what the street looks like when you're looking down the street from a driver's perspective. What does it look like to drive down Haight Street? Okay, and that helps me to model and texture the area so that it really does feel like you're going down Haight Street in San Francisco. I take those pictures, I scan them in, and I make these, which are texture maps. We have the financial area, we have Chinatown textures, all these different signs from Chinatown. And then I take the textures and then model a street. So, for example, this is Grant Street in Chinatown. This is actually one of our better known shortcuts.
Do you have this without all of the texturing on?
Yeah, I'll show you that. That's just the flat shaded polygons, and with lines, and those are just the...
so it starts like that.
Mm-hmm. So you model, you build all the buildings and things, and then you texture them, and then you drive it, and you find all the things that are wrong with it, and you find all the buildings that you can drive through and the holes in the road, and then you go and you fix it, and you work on it again, and you fix it again, and pretty soon you have this finely tuned section of track that really actually feels like you're in that area.
I see that you've done a little sleeping here.
Yeah, the last several months have been pretty intense. Spent a lot of nights working here. A project like this is a very massive endeavor. You have thousands of loose ends just in the artwork alone.
Does everybody at Atari get their own cot, or
no? I went out and bought that.
Check out those socks. Look at these socks. How old are these things? How long have they been here?
I don't think I'd be picking that up if I were you.
Sorry, toxic waste. Probably be in the next Atari game.
Bye-bye, Electric Playground. Back to work.
Welcome to the Alley. This is where we keep our library of games. If these walls could talk, it'd probably sound a lot like me and Victor arguing. Watch this.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, simple controls. I like the sound effects. I thought the graphics were outstanding, even though it's a little repetitive. I had fun playing it, plain and simple. 9.2.
Okay. I thought the graphics were great. Control is intuitive. I think it's good for first-time gamers, people that just bought a PlayStation, need a platform game to play, but it was very derivative. I've played so many games like this, I couldn't give this game any more than an 8.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's great. The graphics are amazing. The texture maps are beautiful.
The best thing is when you got your guns out and you're jumping to the side and
Or you're doing
like
flips
that.
and you're shooting the whole time.
It's
you're doing,
awesome. Have you done the thing where you pull yourself up and she does like this gymnastics move and she brings her herself
the
up?
handstand thing?
Oh,
yeah, it's killer.
awesome.
Or diving off of the cliff.
The swan dive is
yeah, it is a magnificent game to watch. The scenery is just fantastic. The bad guys and the beasts that you come across are really cool. Weapons are cool, but the control is really, it screws it up. Should have been analog control. 9.5.
Okay. I love the animations. I thought it's the best graphics I've ever seen on the PlayStation, and the music was a little sparse but excellent. I would have liked to have killed more things. I think that's where the improvement can be instead of exploring 9.4.
All right. Super Mario 64.
Well, people are going to shoot me for this, but I don't think it's the greatest video game ever of all time. It's very impressive, big 3D worlds. I think the music could have been better. The graphics could have been better. I'm sorry, Tomb Raider looks better to me anyway. And I'm sorry, I'm 28 years old. I'm sick of jumping on turtles. I appreciate what it is. I just didn't have as fun playing it as I did other games. I still give it a high score, 8.8.
All right.
But I don't think it's up there with greatest games ever.
I can't believe you gave Crash Bandicoot more, but that's your call. It's the greatest game I've ever played in my life. I think it does amazing things for video games. The graphics are brilliant. It looks just like a cartoon in motion. Shigeru Miyamoto is a genius. The worlds are huge. The amount of control you have is fantastic. And I love jumping on turtle shells.
Speechless.
I'm speechless. I love jumping on the turtle shells, and I'm 28 as well. 10 out of 10.
Worldwide 97.
Worldwide Soccer 97?
Yeah.
Very cool game. Very cool. Sega did a great job with this thing. The shadow effects on the field, the lighting effects, crowd sounds, the different stadiums, the control. This is the definitive soccer game available for the console systems.
I agree.
For that, it deserves a 10 out of 10 as well.
Another 10 out of 10. Is there anything you don't give a 10 to?
Yeah, there will be times I don't give a 10
Well, greatest soccer game of all time. Sega really knows how to do sports.
Yeah.
I loved it. Graphics are beautiful. Everything's beautiful. 9.6.
9.6?
Yep.
That's a very high score.
Yep.
Okay. For more reviews, check out www.electplay.com. That's the Electric Playground's website on the World Wide Web.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm cold.
Okie doke.
All right.
All right, we got an Electric Playground exclusive. This is the best video game intro ever of all time. We're talking Soul Edge for the Sony PlayStation, not the arcade. This is the PlayStation. It's come out in Japan. It's coming to America soon, but look at these graphics. Amazing. I can't wait. I mean, well, I'm playing it now, but, hey, you guys can't wait. And you can say you saw it here first. Thanks for stopping by the playground. We're going to leave you with Atom Bomb by Flute off the Wipeout XL soundtrack.
Baby got an atom bomb between 2 megatons. A baby got a buzzing gas. Baby got a heart attacks. Baby got a pain on tap. A baby getting some old